बाबा कहते हो यही बच्चे मेरे ताज तुम्ही, नैन के नूर लाड लो मेरी आवाज तुम्ही, मेरी दुनिया में तेरे दम से उजाला है, तुम्हारे साथ का अनुभव बड़ा निराला है।
तो मैं श्री कृष्ण भी प्यारा यूं देखूं, फिर ये सत्यनारायण को देखूं, इनको देख इसको देखूं, मुझे दोनों बड़े प्यारे लगे, बहुत प्यारे, बहुत प्यारे। तो इतने में मैं जाग पड़ी और दोनों गायब हो गए। श्री कृष्ण भी गायब हो गया तो सत्यनारायण भी गायब हो गया, दोनों गायब हो गए। पर मुझे अंदर बड़ी खुशी हुई। तो खुशी हुई क्यों हुई कि ये मेरे बच्चों में बचपन में सुना हुआ था कि भगवान का दीदार होवे तो किसको सुनाना नहीं चाहिए, ये गूंगे की मिठाई अंदर खानी चाहिए तो फिर भगवान आएगा, फिर भगवान आएगा, फिर भगवान आएगा। ये सुनी हुई बातें थी। तो मैं किसको बताऊं भी नहीं, न मम्मी को सुनाऊं न किसको सुनाऊं, पर मुझे अंदर बड़ी दिल हो फिर मैं देखूं, फिर मैं देखूं, फिर मैं देखूं, कब देखूं, फिर कब आएगी। तो फिर तो देखा ही नहीं। फिर मैं जाकर के और कोठे पर बैठ जाऊं श्री कृष्ण की माला लेके, बस श्री कृष्ण तुम मुझे फिर आओ, पर आवे ही नहीं, आवे ही नहीं। बहुत माला फेरूं, ध्यान करूं, मूर्ति का मंदिर में जाऊं, आवे नहीं। लेकिन मेरी दिल बहुत थी। ऐसे करके 2-3 दिन बीत गए। तो क्या हुआ कि 2-3 दिन के बाद मेरी एक क्लास फेलो थी, वो कोई ओम मंडली में गई थी। उस टाइम में इसको कहा जाता था ओम मंडली। आप लोग सुनिए ना नाम ओम मंडली, सुना है नाम ओम मंडली? हाँ, तो ओम मंडली में वो थोड़े दिन हुआ था वो गई थी। तो वो मेरी क्लास फेलो थी। तो ऐसे ही उसने भी याद किया, मैंने कहा था अच्छा मैं आऊंगी। नजदीक के घर थे तो हम वहां गई। तो वो बहन मेरी फ्रेंड ध्यान में बैठी थी और ऐसे आंसू बह रहे। तो मैं उनको कहूं, उनका नाम था लीला, लीला लीला जवाब नहीं दे रही, बस ऐसे मुस्कुराती रहती, यूं हाथ उठा रही है, यूं कर रही है, यूं कर रही है, आंसू बहा रही है, और मैं उनको बुला रही हूँ, मुझे जवाब देती नहीं। तो जरा मुझे बच्चे होते हैं, बुरा भी लगे, क्या है मुझे पता तो नहीं कि उनको क्या हो रहा है। तो मैंने उनके मम्मी को कहा कि मुझे तो लीला ने बुलाया और मैं आई हूँ, तो बात भी नहीं करती है, आंखें भी नहीं खोलती है, और मैं बुला रही हूँ जवाब भी नहीं देती है। ठीक है मैं जाती हूँ, मैं चली जाती हूँ। तो मम्मी ने कहा भाई मुझे भी बेटी पता नहीं है, और बस इसको बस जब देखो तब देखो ये ध्यान में बैठी रहती है, क्या इसको हुआ है मुझे खुद पता नहीं है, और 2-3 दिन से इनकी ये अवस्था। तो जो देखा ना मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा। तो देखने के बाद जैसे बच्चियां होती है, बताओ 13-14 बरस की क्या उम्र होती, तो कहा कि चलो, उस टाइम में मुझे सभी रामा कहते थे, मेरा नाम में रामा है, तो रामा और चलो और हम तुमको श्री कृष्ण का दीदार कराएंगे, तुम चलो मेरे साथ, मैं तुम्हें श्री कृष्ण का दीदार होगा। मैंने कहा लीला तुम्हें क्या नशा चढ़ा है, श्री कृष्ण का दीदार कोई मासी का गाना चर्चा है, आई है श्री कृष्ण का दीदार करेंगे, मैं कितनी पूजा करती हूँ तो ही नहीं, अभी तुम मुझे कराएंगे। जैसे बच्चियां हंसी करती है, कहा नहीं तुम मेरे साथ चलो मैं तुम्हें कराएंगे। अच्छा कहाँ? तो बिल्कुल उनके ही सामने में, बहुत नजदीक नजदीक घर थे। बाबा ओम मंदिर का जो सत्संग पहले शुरू किया ना, सत्संग, वो सत्संग था भाऊ के घर में, ना। भाऊ बाबा का, विश्व किशोर भाऊ, वो बाबा का भतीजा था। तो बाबा ने पहले पहले सत्संग किया अपने भाई के घर, अपने घर में नहीं। तो वो घर उनके ही सामने में था और कोई हम लोगों से दूर नहीं था, 5-7 मिनट के पैदल में था। और किकनी, वो भी जो था सत्संग, वो किकनी, वो फिर मेरी दूसरी फ्रेंड थी, उनके ही घर में था। और किकनी बाबा की अलौकिक में बहन बहन की लड़की।
मुस्कान मिले जैसे हो गुलिस्तान खिले, होठों को मुस्कान मिले, जग को जीवन दान मिले, आए गम की ना हवाएं, देते रहो दुआएं, नहीं अवगुण को मन में धरना है। प्यारे बाबा तुम्हारा यही कहना है, प्यारे बाबा तुम्हारा यही कहना है।
Om Shanti. Become an embodiment of success, clear awareness. The fluctuation of your stage makes something clear very unclear. Because of problems, you are not able to be bright, and therefore, it is only when your stage doesn't fluctuate that you can have a clear awareness. The more you take care of yourself, the clearer you will continue to become, and the success of service will be seen to be that much clearer and closer. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today is day 24. Become an embodiment of success. Today's topic, clear awareness. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay? Yes. Dadi Prakashmani's story. She said her name was Rama. It's so interesting, right? When especially she said, oh, I never had anger, I never lied. And then seeking to have the vision of Lord Krishna. And then she was taken to Omanbling. So it's very, very interesting way, the way she's very naturally sharing her story. I think we all have our own story, right? So each one of us should see when we came to knowledge, then what happened, different internal, external situations. And so it's good to remember that also. It's very nice words Baba is using, clear awareness. No one word we say clarity. There should be clarity. But other is what we see, what we watch. So Baba is talking about that clear vision. And it's very, very interesting way Baba is explaining what is required to have clear awareness. That means things are happening around you. And in a way you are emotionally moved. If it's of sorrow, it's of mercy, whatever. So then there is no inner stillness. That is why when Baba says detached observer, in Hindi we call it Sakshi Drishta. You watch everything but detach. If that stage is there, then you are like still, you're not shaken. Otherwise, our thoughts, then our words, we start making comments. Right? But Baba is saying the fluctuation of your stage makes something clear, very unclear. So that means when people are in action in body consciousness, and we are in also body consciousness. So what are we seeing? And the way we are seeing is affecting our stage. So how to go beyond? I think it's a very good answer for what is to be detached observer. You just observe it and be detached. So Baba says that because of problems, you are not able to be bright. And therefore it is only when your stage doesn't fluctuate that you can have a clear awareness. I think we should experiment that 24 hours. What is to be detached observer? The more you take care of yourself, the clearer you will continue to become. And the success of service will be seen to be that much clearer and closer. You know, whatever Baba says, we have to practice and experiment. And then when we say it, I find it very interesting, very fascinating. And I use it, I start from Amrit Vela. That today, that this is how it should be. And even if you can do few hours, you will immediately know that how important it is and how much it helps you to be clear about what you might have heard so many times, but not experienced really. It's only when we practice, we experiment, then we really experience it. That because I was very still, I was not disturbed, so I could see things as they are. That is why, like yesterday, when one of the sisters said nicely that Baba always gives us drishti for few moments. And when he gives drishti, his drishti is taking us in silence or beyond. And then when we listen to Baba. So I had been thinking that amongst ourselves or when we giving class, not make them aware that now I'm in silence, but take few moments. If you could look at that soul, give drishti, that is good. If not, just maintain silence. Dadi Janki had this habit. So what happened then, whatever she said, two things. One is it appeals to that person. Second, there is a blessing. Whatever she's saying, it will happen. It's very interesting. I noticed both. Once we were in Canada together, and there was parliament, somebody took us to meet few of the member of parliaments. And so there was like 5, 6 of them, cabinet ministers. They were all sitting around Dadi. And Dadi had to say few words of blessing to each one. So naturally she will say something different, right? These days we just give blessing card. Right? Those days we didn't have blessing card. So that means you have to speak. So Dadi will take few moments, go inside and say, every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there was another person. And Dadi will say it. So people knew that it's coming from her silence. She said, I can't just speak. I just can't say. I have to go in silence. I think it happened with all of us. If you have to give talk, you can write points and all that. But if you go in silence, you will be very clear. So observing silence for a few moments before starting any action would make things very clear. So still mind will be clear mind. So let us experiment with that. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
So I was able to hear most of what you were saying in English. I heard everything in Hindi, but I was taking a test during this last few moments. My camera might look a little different than usual because for some reason the computer Zoom froze up. And so I'm not sure if you found an old picture or what was going on, but kind of struggling with a few of those details here. But seems like it works out. It's always good to have a backup. That's one of the things that makes me comfortable is not being dependent on only one thing, having a little backup, have a little support. And so it works out. I'm on my phone right now. Hope that's okay. Want to thank you for this morning. It was quite wonderful from my perspective, and it looked wonderful for everybody else who had such a happy and cheerful face for the meeting, coming over to Harmony House, sharing the Bogue message, and greeting everybody in the region. So that was quite wonderful. So everybody had a chance to offer their flowers and to welcome you back. So welcome back. In the kind of Avyak's turning point for today, it's quite wonderful. There's that sense that you had mentioned about Dadi Gulzar and that aspect of her not worrying about anything. It will happen. It has already happened. And the clear intellect for that. And that understanding that stage or that place where we will go, where we will only have the thoughts of what is going to happen. I find that quite fascinating, that would mean that we don't have whys or whats. We wouldn't be getting into any concern, that the only thoughts that we would have would make sense to everybody. Are you experiencing that for yourself and around the others who are with you or nearby, whether it's in our region or in India, that there's a clarity, a joint clarity, and so there isn't as much conversations on some things?
I mean, even if there are conversation, in the end we all say, anyway, it will happen what happened. Baba will make it happen. Everything will be okay. So conclusions are always with these words, you know. But sometimes I know if there is, more concern, it's like they speak out, whatever the concerns are, which also could be useful. But as I said, that in the end, we always get up after 50 minutes of meeting and say, oh, it will be okay. Baba will take care. Whatever happened last Kalpa will happen. And sure, it was very good. These are the words we always conclude with.
What is the process for one to have that faith and that power and that belief of, it will happen. We are ascending. It is God's task. So why do some of us still get concerned or worry or fearful or not stable and therefore not clear in what Baba tells us?
Why it happens?
Yeah.
I think everyone has different reasons, right? And their fluctuations are their own very subtle fears too. So when there is any kind of concern, then it becomes fear.
And that
I think if we can really kind of take care of our stage and then see everything. One thing is we'll not do anything wrong. Sometimes it's like we start reacting to certain things because of more concern, and so when we react, we can do something wrong, right?
Okay.
I feel we have to be very attentive because we could spoil it, we can make things more worse than what they are if we are confused. So even if there are concerns, with all our Baba's children, this is drama, and not allow fluctuation to happen. It's very interesting. Even in Madhuban, we had to apply this very many times. Because like Baba said, that people want power, right? Or you also want to be in powerful stage. But if we get confused, concerned, worried, our power is gone, right? So I always bring Brahma Baba in front of me. And I said, Baba is looking at picketing of young girls. Families are coming, taking them away. Or the partition of the country. I mean, he went through lot of major situations, but he was smiling. He was in silence, smiling. Again, it must be faith in victory, faith in drama, faith in Baba, faith in the self. So it must be definitely faith which helped him to watch everything. It doesn't feel that there will be impact. Whether when there was no food, one day they were lost in the mountain of the share. But finally they found the way. So I think that again, yeah, it's definitely faith which helps.
It's the faith. And is faith something that can be, I guess it's tested and then we feel good about what we've done? Is that one of the best ways forward? Does faith grow when it's used?
Yeah, but also then the trust comes, right? You start trusting more.
Yeah.
So faith is more in the intellect, right? And trust is from your heart, from your experience.
Say that again. Faith is in the
Trust,
intellect and trust is from the heart.
right?
Okay.
In
Nice.
the sense that I have experienced that, oh, Baba did help me. It did work. So my trust is growing now.
Mm-hmm.
As much that trust which becomes like self-trust, right? As much that grows, you don't have to think much, or you can easily stop thinking. It happened, it's going to happen, it happened last Kalpa. If it didn't happen, it won't happen, that's also good. You know? So
Okay.
I think as it is awake the signal of clear awareness, so that clear awareness becomes like your main power. And when it is clear, then you are able to function it in a proper way.
Okay. And that might be why, as you mentioned, Dadi Janki goes into silence, that
Yeah.
pause takes away some of the ripples of our thinking and allows us then to see clearly, experience things, maybe tap into what our head is saying and what our heart is saying, and allow us then to know what's right.
Yeah.
Does that also add into that sense of knowing what's going to happen? I think there was that phrase, we will only have the thoughts of what's going to happen. Will that be a part of how we experience things? If we are quiet and calm, does the memory of what happened come back to us and we can see that clearly? Or is there a different mechanism that we tap into?
When I wake up in the morning very early, I sit and enjoy silence and how everything is quiet. And after that, suddenly a lot of good plans start coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so very, very fast and big. So I don't keep them in the mind. I have a small, writing pad. So I start writing, even it's dark, I haven't turned on lights. And I will keep writing, 2-3 pages. And then I said, well, when it will be morning and start communicating, then I will do whatever has to be done or convey. So I call Kalaban for something, then again I write, I don't know, is it mind clear at that time or why so many clear things come? Do this, let's do this, let's do this. So maybe it is clarity of mind at that time and then I just leave on Baba. I mean, I don't have like, I have to do. He said it will happen, going
Okay.
to happen.
I
So
have
there are different ways. Yeah.
I've heard a number of creative artists, musicians. Sometimes they're quiet or reflective or whatever it might be the situation, and they see things very clearly, what the music is or what the song is going to be or what the words are or inventions are sometimes come out of that silence, and want to think that there might be something similar, that the souls are being in tune with what they need to know or what's appearing to them or what has happened before, and that's something that maybe we should be practicing also, going into silence and being sensitive to just what is being happening around us, because there must be some sort of pre vibration that it's coming from, and so we could be in tune with that.
Well, I find that even, when you're in midst of many things and you just decide to go in for a few moments,
Mm-hmm.
everything is sorted out and clear and do this.
Yeah.
So I tried, of course, morning is very natural. And I know Bhumi Ben also says, why you have to think in the morning? Why you have said, I'm not planning, but the plan is coming. I want to capture it.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be beneficial. Same also today, once or twice during the, there were a lot of things. And I just went in silence. And then the way things came out, 1, 2, 3, do this, very, very, very clear. I think must be the silence which helps us, like Baba said, not to fluctuate, but very stable and very silent. Yeah.
Yeah. It creates a little more faith and trust into our hourly traffic controls, being able to go into silence, stop things, pause, get a little clarity, let things settle down, and come out of that with that experience that the right decision is coming.
Yeah. And sometimes it's so even long, 5, 6 minutes. We do silence, but then very clearly what is next will also come very, very clearly. Okay.
Yeah, I muted myself when I coughed, and now I'm back again. So thank you very much. I just want to comment on one aspect of the Murli. There was a lot that I could have asked, but I really, really like it when Baba asks permission. And in the Murli, he says, "Is it okay if I tell you this? Is it all right if I say something?" I think it's just amazing that God asks for permission to talk to us and tell us something. So
That says humility.
yeah.
I think that one thing I always find that whatever he does, he's teaching us that how should we be, not force things on people and keep saying it. So can I say it? So
Yeah.
other person will say, okay, will hear you properly. But
Mm-hmm.
you keep saying it. You even didn't ask that person if that person wants to hear, but you forcing what you have to say.
Yeah.
Doesn't work much. So it's a very nice way, the way Baba is respecting us and making his entry into our minds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good you
There's
point.
there's no
Yeah.
reaction to whatever's happening. It's just like, okay, would you like for me to respond? You want to hear what
Yeah,
I have to say? So quite lovely.
that's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank
Always
you.
good. Om
Yeah.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you. Tomorrow is Monday and our schedule from Amritvila 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Children class 5 to 5:15 p.m. Evening Bhatti starts at 6 o'clock, followed by Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. Now let's remember Baba and take drishti from Didi.
वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं। वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे। साकार रूप को तज बाबा, अव्यक्त रूप को धारे हो। इस दिव्य रूप में भी बाबा मधुबन में आए पधारे हो। अमृत वेले नित उठते ही आ मिलते बाह पसारे हो। अब भी तो पहले जैसे ही, अब भी तो पहले जैसे ही कर्तव्य अलौकिक न्यारे हैं। वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.